EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, we kick off Week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Here's the leading rusher amongst rookies last season, Najee Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Pickett. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. Pickett finding Johnson there. First down, Steelers. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of...
Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now on 2nd and 13. Pickett. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the stakes.
Pickett in trouble, and down he goes. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Slot man moves right. 2nd down, here's Chubb again. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Airing it out deep for Woods. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air. They'll try again with Chubb. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They do get 6, but they've still got some work to do on 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Watson. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
They'll run for it. Chubb. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Steeler defense will celebrate the goal line stand. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Pickett backed up into his end zone here. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Third and 2, Pickett. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
24!
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
24.
They run again on 1st down. Chubb stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Pharaoh Brown, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Winless to start the year at 0-2, and now they get the Thursday night game here in Week 3. So, I don't know, does the fact that they're back out so quickly, Charles, help or hurt their cause?
Oh, I say unequivocally help, because you always wanted the Thursday game earlier in the schedule rather than later, just because the grind of the season hasn't really set in yet. But also, if they can get a win here, they get a mini open week, recharge a little bit, and carry some fresh momentum into the rest of the season.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Pickett throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Pickett to throw on 1st down. This is caught inside the 15. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one good for 37 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Harris. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Harris, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them.
Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Micah Fitzpatrick. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it, I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't...
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Pat Freiermuth from a yard out. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
The Browns on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The Browns at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Watson. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Chubb on the read option. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. A shotgun snap for Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, here's Pickett. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Pickett throwing again on 2nd down. That's into the hands of Edwards. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Pickett now from the gun here. And he's got his target, Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. And it's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st down, Watson. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. It got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Watson now to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make in the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. On 1st down, it's Watson. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. To throw is Watson. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones. 37 yards. And the Browns are an extra point away from evening this one up. The York on now for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On the move past the 40, and he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability, and that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. 12 more yards there and another first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this third quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football, and that ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if finally we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Pickett. And that is incomplete. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here comes Grant on the return. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty.
He's got a man, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And to put a bow on it, Next Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
And Deontay Johnson just continues to build and grow in his NFL career. Finished second in the NFL in targets on his way to his first Pro Bowl last season.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Deion Jones. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, here's Pickett. And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. Fourth down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Returnable for Grant. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Watson. He's got a man, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. He got 29 yards that time.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
93 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Back to throw, Watson. got a man. It's Schwartz, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 23. They give the Chubb out of the gun. Alex Highsmith there on the tackle.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. A gain of 8 there on the play. And 3rd and 1 now. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That incompletion brings us 1 snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Pickett back to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Harris. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard...
On it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. York now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Looking to throw, Pickett. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller,
You may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Well, I admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards. They're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Off play action, Pickett. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Pickett will look to throw it here. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Pickett right back to the air again. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's a foot race. 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. York on now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
1st and 10, here's Pickett. And a big loss here as he's taken down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Pickett and the catch made by Johnson. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 33. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Steelers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
97 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on fourth down. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash.
Well, partner, under the lights in prime.